Hello, welcome to Daily Wellbeing with Gemma. Today I would like to invite you to think about keeping a journal during this time. So this is my journal that I had anyway, but I have really picked it up and started using it during the isolation period. There's two reasons why I think journaling is really good at this time. So the first is that we are living through a significant turning point in history. It may not be clear just yet, but I really think the world is going to be different when we come out of this. There will be questions asked about what does the world of work look like? Who are the valuable workers? How do we treat people? How do governments work together? How do we future-proof? And things could be very different, which is exciting. Also, perhaps a little bit worrying because there's uncertainty. But regardless, we are in the middle of it now. And so journaling about that will help us process our thoughts, but it will also capture our personal history. I know that there will be documented history out there anyway. You know, we live in the information age where everything's documented. But imagine in, 30 to 60 years' time when you've got extended family, grandchildren asking, what was it like for you? If you've got your own personal history of it, that's quite exciting to be able to share that and to have that direct connection with family members. So right now, if you're on your own, if you're with people, consider journaling together so that you're capturing, what kind of things did you do? Because a first-hand account is quite exciting for future generations. The second reason I think journaling is very good is that psychologically, when we name how we're feeling, we cope with it better. So whether it's positive or negative, when you journal, you have to find the right words for things. And it's not always easy. Sometimes you might use a whole array of emotional words or explain around things, compare things. But the act of writing things down makes you process it in your own mind. And so it stops being this difficult beast in your belly and becomes something that you can objectify and take seriously and manage. So it engages the higher levels of the brain. And lots of research has shown that people who say out loud how they're feeling or write it down tend to be able to move on a little bit better. The mood, whatever it is, doesn't affect them for as long and they're able to process things. So given that a lot of us are probably dealing with changes in circumstances, anxiety, hopes for future, fears in the present, all sorts of different emotions, journaling right now will be a really good way for you to keep track of how you're feeling and for you to process whatever's going on for you. And possibly, again, adding to that history, sharing with others. History will capture what happened at the time, but how we felt about that maybe won't be captured quite as much. So another good reason to put that in your journal. Journals don't have to be long. They can be, a page a day, or if you've had a particularly challenging day, spend longer. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And it doesn't even have to be every day. It could be every couple of days, once a week, whatever works for you. But just play around with that process and see if it supports you. And if you are keeping a journal, I really recommend that you go back and read it every so often. I probably once a week flip back, because noticing how I felt 3, 4, 5 days ago is actually really interesting, because I can say to myself, do I still feel that way? What's changed? How did it change? What can I do differently? So it's a really good tool for action planning and understanding yourself as well. So I invite you to try it out. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.